한분 단어 고급편 뉴욕타임즈 117회
Underserved.
취약한
The subsequent 7 days will include more executive actions and directives to his cabinet to expand, Buy America provisions, support communities of color and other underserved communities, address climate change, and start an effort to reunite families separated at the border.
Morass.
진구렁 같은 곤경, 분규.
And now those states are scrambling, finding themselves just as mired in the morass of the country's beleaguered vaccine distribution as they were before.
Q2.
지키다, 준수하다.
Mr. DeSantis, the governor who owed his 2018 election in large part to Mr. Trump's early endorsement, was hewing closely to the White House's messaging, and increasingly surrounded himself with business leaders and advisors of his own choosing.
Stock.
씨를 뿌리다, 가축을 넣다, 물고기를 방류하다.
But governors and local officials who were left in charge of the crisis squandered the little momentum the country had as they sidelined health experts, ignored warnings from their own advisors, and, in some cases, stocked their advisory committees with more business representatives than doctors.
Foyer.
휴게실, 로비, 현관의 홀.
The Los Angeles police found her slumped in a chair in the foyer of his mansion in Alhambra, dead from a single bullet wound to the head. He was sentenced to 19 years to life.
Finis.
술책을 쓰다, 책략으로 처리하다.
No matter how Mr. McCarthy, the House Minority Leader, tries to finesse the attacks on the 2020 election and the U.S. Capitol, many people, including former friends, will not forgive his blatant acts to embrace and perpetuate dangerous lies that threaten democracy and lives.
Amicus brief.
법원에 제출하는 의견서.
He cynically talked of widespread fraud and signed the amicus brief in a meritless lawsuit that went to the Supreme Court.
Potpourri.
들어모음, 접속고, 잡집.
There are various Trump-y figures flitting around the House of Representatives and various senators and governors who have adopted bits and pieces from the Trumpist potpourri.
Pantocrator.
전능하신 지배자 그리스도.
The Q realm can doubtless spin stories where Trump is secretly the president, or where he has ascended to a higher plane of power, governing as a pantocrator, for whom the presidency would be a demotion.
Septuagenarian.
70대.
If he intends to remain the dominant figure in the Republican Party, being banned from high office would require more adaptation from the soon-to-be ex-president, more creativity, more institutional exertion, all tougher, asks for a septuagenarian than just running another primary campaign.